Occupy EASTON, January 29th, I think. Back to the beginning. They're going to march from the Circle to Scott Park. How do you think Occupy is going through the winter?
I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah.
So we have a committed group. We're here right now. We've still been having GAs, so I think we're doing pretty good.
Good. And something's planned for next weekend?
Yes, the funeral for the Bill of Rights.
Right.
Saturday.
But for today, you're walking back to the beginning.
Yep.
Scott Park.
We started.
That's good.
Thank you.
By the way, I just saw the movie Gandhi I saw it years ago. Gandhi.
Oh, Gandhi, yeah.
But I hadn't seen it in years. It's so inspirational. Everybody should watch it.
Our economy is really getting. A lot of people are saying that the recession is really catching up with business. The FlipShare Mall, which is just around the corner from here, I've heard 6 stores, are in the process of closing or closing in the next week or 2.
Wow. Yeah, the forecast, if nothing serious happens now with Europe, is that we'll be at a growth rate of between like 2 and 2.7%. Inflation's twice that. So, that's when you hear like fuzzy math. So if you factor in inflation, it's actually a negative GDP growth again. So how long do they actually, oh, you know what, that recession was actually a depression.
So what makes you stick with Occupy all these months?
Gee, there's so much to be said for why, actually. I've been involved in demonstrations since 1947.
Really? What was your...
I'm 82 years old.
Okay. So what...
So the point I'm making is, I've been in one demonstration after another, basically, all these many years. And yet, I know that the world hungers for liberation, freedom, a good life. So at this point, I'm not discouraged. I still come out because I believe it'll happen ultimately. But it hasn't happened yet, and I just wish that somehow I was contributing to the eventual, which is, yes, this will be a new world one day.
Thank you for your steadfastness.
Yes.
So what makes you stick with Occupy all these months?
Oh, gee, well, I come out as often as I can because it's better to be one of the people in the march than it is to be one of the people in the cars going by. I mean, I just know it feels better to me to be on this side. So.
Well, what makes you be here? What are some issues that hit you strongly?
The biggest issue for me is that information is getting passed to the people. It's not a translucent government at all, and so we need to know what's going on. And it's amazing how many people hoot and they know exactly what's going on in their intuition, in their experience. They're the ones that are suffering from all of this, and at the same time they haven't had anybody standing on the streets saying, yeah, this is right. Bad things are really happening, and we've got to try to make some changes as a group. I mean, there's millions and millions of us. There's not just 1 or 2 people. So it feels good. It feels good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Let me just get you. Like this one or this one. You stick with Occupy all these months.
As much as it would be nice to put on a suit and tie and run for office, when you start playing by their rules in their house, you lose. Because as soon as you go in there, they say, oh, we'll be nice to you, come inside. Then they hit you over the head, and you've gotten nowhere. This is what's getting attention, being out in the street, grassroots, and fighting the good fight outside. Yeah, it's cold, but we need change. And the only way we're going to do it is to work for that change and inspire that change from within ourselves and spread that message outward.
So this is your first time out here?
Third time out here.
And what makes you come out again?
Well, I want to make people aware, if they're not already, of the the fact that people from hedge fund managers, CEOs, bank managers help through financial fraud in some cases, if not outright ineptness in others, send our economy over a cliff. And people need to be aware that we need more regulations governing some of their activities. That makes capitalism hopefully available, gives everyone access to capitalism. It helps to prolong the life of the middle class, which I think is threatened. Also, I'd like to see end of the massive subsidies to oil companies and other corporations that don't really need it. I'd like to see tax loopholes ended so that both the middle class and lower income and the wealthy pay their fair share. The wealthy and the rich and the powerful shouldn't pay any more than anyone else, but it should be the same
You want to
percentage.
say what your name is?
My name is Dave Witham. I live in Easton.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, I've seen you at Occupy before. What makes you stick with coming out to Occupy?
Because it's the long-term goal. You can't create change instantly. Change historically has always happened over long periods of time. Every single basic civil right we've had, every single human right we've had was not given to us. It was earned by activists fighting and dying for those rights, generally under suppression through military force of our own government. It's a long, painful process.
Yeah.
You have to stick with it.
Thank you so much.
See you, Jim. Jim, try to bring a sign next.